Hello, and welcome back to another video. Today we will be breaking down everything you need to know about The Call, a Korean movie from Netflix. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy. Let's begin. Soo-young, walking in the countryside, heading back home, is picked up by the resident strawberry farmer. He asks if she has seen her mom, and she has just gone and lost her phone on the train. So she heads back inside to look for a number to call, and she manages to find a phone and call her own phone. She gets through to the people who actually have her phone, but they demand a ransom. And they said that they will actually call her later, so she's expecting a call from them. She tries the Samsung version of Find My iPhone, and she gets a call from a hysterical woman who sounds like she's in danger. She says she's locked in the house. Now she goes to visit her mother, as we learn that the mother has cancer. She and her mother don't get along. As the daughter walks out angry, she has another call when she returns home, expecting obviously her phone to be returned to her, only for it to be the hysterical person again, thinking she's calling someone in a convenience store. And it turns out the person on the phone says her mother is trying to kill her, and she hangs up. I think she's trying to call the convenience store that we saw a couple of times throughout the movie. So-young walks around the house to put up a photo, but she finds a secret room and a diary. And it turns out that the girl on the phone kept this diary. As we learn, it was Young-suk. She is 20 years in the past, but they're in the same house or be across different time periods. To prove this, So-young then says there was a plane crash around the day that they were talking in the past. And Young-suk is in the past having dinner, and her stepmother is really evil. She's trying to force feed her and says the feng shui of the house is causing her mental problems, and she was in a mental asylum, and her mother also had similar problems. As we see the plane crash come on the TV, proving this theory, the two girls then talk about technology and compare smartphones and Walkman. So-young then tells her about her father died in a fire as her mother left the gas on, but later we learn it was actually her as a child who turned on the gas back, causing the fire, and lied about it the whole time. We then cut to So-young's family, the young version, who goes to visit the house to buy it in 1999, and they meet Young-soo. Then she has this great idea where they can save her father by stopping the fire in the past, which is really cool. This actually happens as the father is at the strawberry farm, like he never died and was always there. Now So-young starts to ignore the phone calls, and they're short even if she is on the phone, as she's living her perfect ideal family life because her mother is not ill anymore and her father is alive. Young-suk in the past is still being abused by her stepmom. We hear the mom on the phone as she says to So-young that don't call here again. So-young then starts to search them on Facebook and finds out the mother actually killed Young-soo. So-young finds information on what happened and how Young-suk was killed, and she feeds it to Young-suk in the past, allowing her to escape her stepmom. It turns out the rituals that happened was because the stepmother saw a lot of dead bodies in Young's future, hinting that she would become a serial killer. And she does get bloodlust later in the movie. She kills her stepmother and goes into town. Then she calls So-young and says that she is safe. Young feels like she's reborn as the man from the strawberry field is killed in her house. She's going on a life of crime, stealing things and really living her kind of worst or best life for her. So-young knows that she did this as the farmer found her just before he died, and he's gone missing. He is not there at the dinner table, and his existence is wiped out completely. The girls speak again. So-young asks if she did kill the farmer as a newspaper article changes just how Young was arrested for the murders and asks how she was caught, which she refuses to answer and hangs up the phone. So-young's family arrives in the past as they were supposed to purchase the house, but the stepmother is dead, so they can't purchase the house in the past. Now this gets really good. I enjoyed the movie greatly up to this point, but this final act just blows it out of the water. Young actually kills the father while So-young is being taught how to drive, and the father disappears in a really well put together scene, and she arrives home to find the house run down and calls, finds the house run down and calls again, and is then asked how the arrest happened. But she makes up a story about how a junk collector found the knife that led to the arrest, but it turns out that was a lie where it was found. But in the past, the police finds the child version of So-young, but they don't actually find her, exactly as the policeman is killed by Young in the past, and a fight breaks out. So-young in the future returns to the home and manages to speak to her mother while fighting a present day Young-soo, and tells her what what to do so she can win the fight. And we think that the mother died, but she manages to fall over a railing with Young Suk saving her daughter. We think that they died, but obviously the Young Suk in the past disappears, and we cut to the present and where we visit a grave and the mother is actually alive. So we think that's the end. But we then cut to a scene where Young Suk is on the phone to her past self, telling her to keep the phone on her at all times. Soo Young's mother disappears in the present, implying that she died at some point in the past, and Young Suk also survived. Then we see Soo Young tied up in the house, but what happened? We saw Young Suk survive, which means she must have gone and killed her mom at some point in the past, changing how the timeline went. As of course she survived, she knows exactly what happened. So then she basically created a whole new timeline. The acting, the story, everything was just so fresh and exciting. I'm really excited to see if there will be a sequel or not. I love to hear your thoughts and theories on the movie, so make sure you comment down below. Give a thumbs up button if you enjoy. Until next time.